taking a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 27-yard line.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From just shy of midfield, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Mike's 50.
3rd and long. It's gone. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. The Browns drive about to get started. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Jackson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. To throw is Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game, 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 36, Goff. That's complete to John Ross. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Out of the gun. Gone. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 32. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he works free. Touchdown, Falcons. Todd Gurley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
The Browns on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll look to set up his blockers. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Goff. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Goff. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Rick Flair.
Goff now looks to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Daron Payne, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Mike 50. Hey, Delta. Mike 50, Mike 50. Go.
Now Goff. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Badgley able to punch this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just got to hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every...
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Uchenna Nwosu in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Got a man, that's Richie James. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long.
Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50.
Here's Goff. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
17. 17. 17. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
From the gun, here's Goff. Going deep downfield for Ross. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Tiger.
To throw is gone. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Goff now to throw. And that one's complete to Gurley. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Goff now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Now it's gone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
180. So don't say nothing.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. First down, and they stick with Eckler. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Now on second down, this is Gurley. Room here to run. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this one. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
At the 41-yard line.
Throwing on second down. Goff. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Open man is Ross, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To the air again, Goff. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. After the incompletion, here now, third and 2. Throwing again is gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let him know, let him know.
Here's Jackson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Jackson. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The Browns on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Now Jackson on first down. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
It's a loss of 2.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. And Jackson throwing once more. It's caught. Smith. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good pickup there for the Browns. 15 yards. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Running on first down, Eckler. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
But depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, "Where was that all game?" Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Uchenna Nwosu racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Jackson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. And this a 39-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Third and long. It's gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. To throw is Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. James has got it. Complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll still have a third and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now it's Jackson. He'll get this to Eckler. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They go for it on fourth and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They had the play call on fourth and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half. And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what? Wins championships. And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal.